Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sawmill. Um, I forgot the name of the round table. All right, guys. So we're back tonight with Tim, Andy from Southern Adirondack, Steve from MSD, and John Davison from Davison's All Natural Gym. Tonight we're going to change things up a little bit, and I'm going to turn the show over to John. You're up, John.
I'm up. All right. So what are we gonna do tonight? I forget. I'm supposed to have this all ready, isn't it? No. We're gonna do Sawyers Unfiltered Live, a question and answer blitz. Okay, it's gonna be three parts. It's gonna be a blitz. Then it's gonna be some long form questions, and then it's gonna be viewers questions. So if you're watching, I don't know if anybody's watching yet, but if you're watching yet, if you type a Q and then ask your question, that'll help Tim find your question later on in this live. So the first part's going to be a blitz, and I'm just going to ask quick questions. It's just going to be one word answers, 1 minute answers, one sentence answers, just quick questions. Eric's not here tonight, so we might be able to get through some quick questions. But if he was here,
So John.
Yep.
So the queue when our audience types in the queue, and that means they have a question, that will be reviewed back later by everybody when I pull it back up on the after you.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to type Q. And then who is best looking.
That would be me.
We all know the answer to that one. And then when you see that come up, there it is right there. Now you're just going to press on, Tim's going to press on that. And He's going to highlight it, and he's going to make that a starred comment.
Yep.
And then when we get to part 3 in this, we're going to bring up all those questions, all the viewers' questions. Everybody's going to be able to get your question answered in part 3. This is part 1.
So, guys, if you're watching, you do like Q, who's the best, and then your question. I'll start. We'll come back to it.
Yep.
Okay.
Q right there. See, he's got it. Now just highlight that one. He typed Q. Just put that in the starred comments, and you'll be good to go. There you go.
We're good. Yep.
So, and then also in this first part of the Blitz questions, I'm going to ask the viewers a question. I'm going to ask the viewers, maybe Mike's not here tonight, so this question will be irrelevant. But I'm going to ask the viewers, what color is Mike's hat that he always wears in all his videos? If you know the answer to that, just type hat and then type the color, whatever color you think it is. And then in part 2, we're going to have some long form questions. We're going to go into a little bit more. See, there's Starbuck answered that question already about Michael Wilson's hat. Hat, red. There you go. You got it. And Tim will put those up as we answer them. And in part 2, we're going to do some long form questions. It's going to be, if the question is, what's your favorite color? I want to know, why that's your favorite color. We'll maybe ask you, how long has that been your favorite color? What, your kids like that color, or whatever your answer is. And we'll just go into a little bit more in depth about the question. And for the viewers, I'm going to ask them a question in that one too. If the question was, what's your favorite color? I'm going to say, how many viewers that think that somebody's going to say orange, you know what I mean? Or how many of us are going to say orange is our favorite color? And the viewers will type in chat. How many of us they think is going to say orange? And then part 3 is going to be the viewers' questions. Tim's going to go back through your questions. He's going to get them all out of the starred comments. We're going to answer your questions one by one. And that's the plan for the night. Now, how it's going to go, how the show, I really see the show going because I'm probably going to ask about 3 questions. Steve's going to start laughing. Somebody had an answer that they had, and the rest of us are going to slip down into this rabbit hole, and we're going to get off on some other subject, talking about squirrels and blinker fluid and aliens or something, So that's probably how the show's going to go. But there is a plan, but it's just, I'm sure we're not going to do it. But anyway, so it's part 1, Blitz, part 2, long form, and part 3, viewers' questions. And the other thing is, anytime on here, I'm going to go over this a few times. I'm going to say this a few times, but anytime on here that somebody is on Two Brothers channel on X, if you go to X, they're streaming this live to X. If you're on their X channel tonight and you ask a question, we're just going to stop what we're doing. We're going to answer any questions from X tonight is going to have priorities, or any statements from X tonight is going to have priority.
That's awesome, John. Thank you.
I just thought that'd be good, but we're probably going to be talking about blinker fluid anyway. Steve's probably going to be talking about blinker fluid.
Yeah,
Okay. Just as a drip, John.
All right, so ready? So none of these guys know any of the questions that I'm going to ask except for Tim. No, except for Rick. He knows what I'm going to ask him first, and Steve knows what he's going to get asked first too. But nobody else knows any questions that they're going to get asked. So we might as well get those 2 questions out of the way. So, Rick, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
See, you didn't say what you said you were going to say. That's good. We're already off to a good start.
We got people
All right,
looking
Steve. Steve,
Yep.
what's the color of your underwear? See, you knew that was going to get wet.
You knew that was coming, huh? We'll go with white.
All right, we'll go with white.
Oh, you're so boring.
Oh, okay. We're going to go green.
Tidy whitey.
All right, so chainsaws. All right, how many viewers think that, what is there, 5 of us here tonight? There's 5 of us. How many of us do you think, the viewers, how many of us you think is going to answer steel? Just type in the comment chainsaw, and then how many you think of us 5 is going to answer steel? Is our favorite chainsaw. Steve's underwear were brown. Yeah, they were.
Were.
Now they're green.
Now they're green.
Yeah, he left them on too long.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll just start with Tim. What's your favorite chainsaw?
Well, John, I have both. I have a steel and a husky. So,
Favorite.
my
Which one's your
favorite would
favorite?
probably be my husky.
The husky? What?
Yeah.
Well, yep. Tim? Or, dang it, I'm going to do that all night. Rick?
Husky.
Husky?
Husky.
Oh,
That's Andy.
Andy? Oh, Paul ain't here.
Oh.
So I'm going to do that all night, too. Andy?
Yeah, we're steel guys.
Steel guys? And Steve.
Still.
Steve's a steel, too, huh? So how many was that? That said steel. 3?
3, 2.
2.
2.
Are you steel?
2. No, I'm husky.
3 huskies, 2 steels.
I'm definitely team steel, or team husky, I mean. All right. So let's go with what? That's Andy, right? Let's try it. That's Andy. Let's go with Andy. Why'd you start a YouTube channel?
We were harassed into starting a YouTube channel by the old man in the saw.
There you go. There you go.
He
Good
wouldn't
answer.
relent until we did.
Good answer, Andy.
Let's try Steve. What's one thing you learned 20 years ago?
20 years ago. 20 years
20
ago.
years ago. That still applies today.
I'm getting older.
You're getting older. You're getting older 20 years ago, and you're still getting older,
That's right.
huh? Tim, what's your favorite comic book hero?
I'd have to say Superman.
Superman?
That's a lie. Survey says you lie.
You see, I'm not.
All right.
I'm not. I didn't laugh at that.
You lied on
All right,
it.
so for the viewers this round, how many of the viewers, how many of us do you think are going to be eating turkey this Thanksgiving out of 5? And we're going to give everybody a chance to answer that. Nobody's chatted from X yet, have they?
No, not yet.
Nobody's chatted from X. If you chat from X, we're putting your question on here right now.
All right, guys, put your guesses up there in comments. How many of us could be eating turkey during Thanksgiving?
All right.
Chris
Rick,
says
what's
2.
the best thing about a YouTube channel? Rick,
Best thing about our YouTube channel,
best thing
Some of
about
the
having a
friends-
YouTube channel.
the friends we've made on YouTube.
Benjamin. Yep. Steve, what's the best
Same
thing about a
answer.
YouTube channel?
Same answer.
Friends? Yep. That's going to be my opposite answer. I'm like, man, I'm trying to get rid of all these guys. All right. Tim, what boots are you wearing when you're sawmilling? What boots are you wearing?
I'll wear my just regular boots.
You don't know what brand?
I have no clue.
No clue. Andy?
Usually at the sawmill, I have a set of Rockies that I wear.
Rockies. Steve? You know what brand?
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Wow. I never. And we got to ask Rick the same thing.
Grizzly Survivors.
Wow. I'm the only
Jeez,
Red
I
Wing
might as
guy
well
here,
just
huh?
wear flip flops.
I'm the only Red Wing guy here, huh? All right. How about wake up in bed? When you wake up, when you go to bed, what's your schedule, Steve?
I'd say 3:30 to 4:30 a.m. and 11 o'clock. 11 p.m.
That's rough. You gotta have a nap during the day, huh?
I work all
No?
day.
Dang it. Andy, you have a schedule?
We usually crash around 11 o'clock and we're up between 7 and 8.
Banker hours.
Hey, John, can you hang on a second? There's a question up on the board for you.
How did I get involved in the Jim Hardy show?
Yes.
YouTube puts on it was a little special for how to create shorts on YouTube. I got into that group, and there's a group of about 300 people, and there's a YouTube liaison there, and she puts on a class with 300 people in this class and teaches you about how to make shorts or how to do this or how to do that. And after that class is over, everybody leaves except for about 10 or 15 people, and they stay around every time. We all talk just like a live here, except it's in Google Meets. And I was talking to a couple gamer guys about their YouTube channel and how to make mine better and how they could make theirs better. And that's when Jen Hardy came on and asked if she could interview me or ask if she could interview one of those gamers. She knew one of those gamers, you know. And I said, sure, I can give it a try. And I looked her up, and she does a pretty big, podcast. And she's just now getting into YouTube and live streaming. And it was just through some Google Meets on YouTube. That's how we got, to doing that. It was fun. It was different. It was a little different than this. But it was a good time.
That's
So
awesome.
did we get any answers about the turkey? Tim, you having turkey?
We've got Paul said all
and 5. And
5 and 2.
All right. Tim, you having turkey?
I am not.
You are not having turkey.
Correct.
Rick.
I am having turkey. Turkey for me.
Turkey. I'm having turkey. Andy.
Yep, we're having turkey.
Steve.
I'm having ham.
Damn. So that's only 2 of us having turkey. No, 3 of us. 3 of us having turkey. Wow. No, nobody guessed.
Nobody guessed it. 0. Big 0.
Big 0. I thought y'all talked about sawmills. All right, Scott. We do talk about sawmills. If you have a question about sawmills, type a Q, capital Q, and then type your question, and we're going to get to those questions. That was just a quick Q&A blitz, just to get to know people better, and for us to get to know the viewers to get to know us. And then in this second part here, which we're going to right now, we're going to do long form questions, and they are about sawmill. So just either hang on or ask a question. Any question you want about a sawmill, and we'll answer it.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
I got a sawmill operation that's willing to come on with us for a little while. Kilted Sawyer.
As long as he's willing to answer what color underwear he's wearing.
I'm sure he will. Tim, you want to throw the link up? You want to throw the link up there?
Do I want to? No. Will I?
Actually,
will I? Sure. Hang on a second.
All right, Craig. Tim's gonna throw a link up there. Just click on it, and we'll bring you in.
No, you're right, Steve. Scott. It's time to go back over that.
Can he see it? Can you see it there, or do I need to put it up on screen?
I think you need to put it up on screen.
Send it to him in Messenger. Oh, there you go. Oh, now anybody can join the stream.
Oh, no. There's your answer, John.
Oh,
so, good Lord.
You're right, Scott. We need to go over that again. So if you're streaming, if you're watching this from X right now, we're going to stop whatever we're doing. We're going to go answer that question from X. If you're not watching from X, if you're watching from any of our other channels, just type a capital Q, and we'll answer your question. And we're just kind of going over blitz questions, just little fun questions. And then we're going to go over some long form questions. And then we're going to get to viewers' questions.
All right, Craig, there's a link up there. You got to click on that.
You can. Oh, yeah, maybe you can.
Did he get it? Or do you want to text it to him?
I could text it to him.
All right. All you got to do is go down to invite, click copy, and send it to him.
Message it to him in Messenger.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we won't, since Rick's doing that, we won't ask him any long form questions.
No, go ahead. I can multitask.
All right, Steve, we're going to start with you. Let's see, what are we doing in long form questions for the viewers? How about viewers' long form questions? Let's see. Viewers' long form questions. All right, here's an easy one. Viewers' long form question, just type in years and then how many years experience you think the total of us has sawmilling. So add up how many years Steve's been sawmilling, and Andy and Rick and Tim and me, how many you think, and then add up how many years the Kilted Sawyer's been sawmilling, because he's hopefully going to be in here too. And then just post that in chat, just type years and the number that you think it is. And we're going to start with Steve. How'd you first get into sawmilling?
Bought my wife a sawmill. It was for her, for woodworking.
Oh yeah, I remember that. What was that sawmill?
A Norwood.
A Norwood. That was a little four post Norwood.
Yep, an HD 36.
And so that would be what drew you to the profession was you wanted your own lumber, or for her
She wanted her own lumber
instead of buying it.
instead of buying it. Yeah, and she could make what she wanted to make.
Right. Not just because she couldn't buy what she wanted at the
Yeah, you
store.
couldn't buy what she wanted. Yeah, you could buy what she wanted. How thick, how wide, what type of species.
Right. Cool. And then you upgraded.
Yep.
I remember you cleaning out the barn and your wife was
Steak.
Yeah. Yep. And so what do you have now? What is it?
I got the Woodmiser LT40 wide.
LT40 wide. All right. All right. How about Andy? What drew you to sawmilling?
We bought the sawmill in, I think it was 2018. And we just had wanted to get a saw. It worked out pretty good because we bought it in the fall of 2018, and in the spring of 2019, I think I have my dates right, we got walloped with a huge storm that took down a ton of trees, and it worked out perfect. So we were able to start milling those. And the next spring, I think wasn't until July of 2019 that we got the pad poured and the mill set up.
I remember that. I remember that big storm.
We have 144 acres. Most of that is wooded, so we've got some nice cherry up there. The two brothers have been up there. They've seen that is wooded, so we've got some nice cherry up there. The two brothers have been up there. Wooded.
He's got his
volume
in the background.
up there.
Aaron?
All right, Craig, you gotta go out of the live stream. Stay here, but you gotta shut down the sound.
Or put on earphones or something and hit noise cancellation. Let me unmute him.
Did you mute him?
Earphones or something. Yeah.
I did not.
Hit noise cancellation.
John did.
Right, unmute him. Unmute him.
I did not. John did.
Greg,
John
are
did.
you watching this on TV? Greg,
John did.
They must have lost him. Did we lose him?
no, he's still
Froze
there.
up or just hit him? Is he? He's not moving. I think he's froze up.
Froze up.
Yep. All right. Let's just go to Tim then. Tim, how'd you first get into sawmilling?
Well, I have to blame my brother for that, John. 2019. 2019, he'll tell you his side of it, but 2019, he went and bought a Hudson HFE 30, and we went and picked it up, brought it back, and we set it up in his garage same day, and he started cutting trees down out back like crazy, and we milled like 3 or 4 logs the same day in the snow. And but anyway, make a long story short, he got me interested in it, so I went and bought a little entry-level sawmill, put it up, and started sawing. And we got hit with COVID, and it just went crazy. So it's like another job. So then I said, well, it's time to retire the Patriot. I went and got the big HF or the Oscar 330 Pro. So 5 years.
5 years?
For me, yes.
And it was your brother's fault because he drew you into sawmilling.
I wouldn't say his fault. He got me involved with it, but I fell in love with it. you're either gonna, like you said, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. And I fell in love with it, unfortunately. But we don't have just the sawmilling either, because we do the forestry part of it, actually going up on our mountain, select cut trees, dropping them, dragging them out. You know, we do the whole aspect of it. But he's taught me a lot, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, that's a whole, you know, I couldn't imagine. Like, I think Kilted Sawyer, I think he just buys his logs, you know what I mean, by the semi loads.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And half the fun of it's going up in the woods and, you know what I mean, managing your woods and taking out the damaged ones or taking out the big ones or whatever, you know. That's half the fun, I think.
I think so too.
Rick, I know you didn't start on a Hudson mill, did you?
No, I actually started out with a commercial circle mill. We bought this property in 1987. It had a 200-year-old house on it. We attempted to restore it, and it just wasn't working. So I decided to build a log cabin. And in 1993, I started looking for a sawmill, and I found a commercial mill for sale that I could afford. So I bought it, and we built the house. But in the process, we also built a business, and we were sawing anywhere from 15 to 25,000 board feet of cherry and maple per week. And then in, I don't know, about 20 years ago, I sold the business. And in 2019, I was talking about retirement, and I told my wife I wanted another sawmill. She thought I was nuts, but I went down and bought a Hudson, something I could run by myself, and this business has taken off as well.
All right, nice. So let's see.
How about you, John?
Yeah, John.
Me?
Yeah.
You're not exempt.
Wow. I guess I wish I would have listened to what I was doing in high school. In high school, I was a tailman on a LT40, and he just ran it part time. Did a tree service, and he'd just call me up and say, "Hey, come pull these boards off for me, you know, and pay me dirt cheap wages." But I loved it. And then when I got back here, got out of retired, and a guy in a small town here had one, and it was always sitting in his backyard, and I just walked up there and I said, "Hey, let's mill some lumber," you know. And he said, "Well, I need some." I said, "Well, I got some logs." I milled on his Norwood 2000. I milled on that for about 5 years with him, and he got me into it and taught me all about it. And he was doing we didn't do almost no pine, you know, or anything. He did hardwoods, and he sawed them for grade. Always trying to get the grade out of them. He didn't want knots. He only wanted grade, fine wood, quarter sawn. You know, that was what he was into, and that was what we sawed all the time. And I didn't know any better. You know, I didn't know about the flat sawing or live edge. He just taught me about the grade sawing. And then my partner bought a mill, needed a place to store it. And I said, "Yeah, you can store it at my house." He said, "All right." I said, "But I'm going to use it." He said, "Okay." So that's how we became partners. He's just storing it here. Now I've made a business out of it and built a sawmill shed over it. And I don't think he's getting it back.
I was going to say, is it still your partner's saw?
Yeah, it's technically still my partner's saw. He did the whole investment for it, you know.
Huh.
But he bought it for lumber. He wanted some lumber. And so I said, "Well, what do you want?" "Well, I need some cherry for this." I sawed him up some cherry. He said, "Well, I need some walnut for this." I sawed him up some walnut. He said, "Well, I need some pine to frame out this, you know, outbuilding." I sawed him up some pine. You know, and he hauled it back to his house. And I said, and he says, "You know," I says, "I don't really think I need a sawmill. I just need lumber." I was like, "All right, there you go. It's free. Take all you want." So he just comes and gets lumber here whenever he wants, and we kind of keep track of it. And he does so many board feet, and I do so many board feet.
John, we would sure love to see him on the Outer Roundecks of New York. That'd be great. Send him on over.
Yeah, I know it. He's got a resaw that's stored at my house. I got to put together. He's got a twin blade edger stored in my house that I got to put together. He's got a welder here that he's got to put a choke cable on. He's got all kinds of stuff here, and he's ready to come back here and do some work anytime. He just never does. So I'm like, well, I can work on all that for you. That's no problem.
All right. So we got a question up here from Ricardo. What is it roughly cost per board foot to mill with fuel, lube, blades, and wear and parts? Anybody?
I'm working on that question right now. I'm using the calculator.
Okay.
John,
All right, so Rick,
John might have that worked out already in his head.
Yeah,
John?
I know exactly what it cost me to mill a board foot of lumber. Every board foot of lumber I put off there, I know exactly what it costs. And it cost me about 40 cents, 40 cents a board foot to mill that lumber. And I know everybody's going to say, oh, it doesn't cost that much, and all that. But that's my labor, making what I want to make an hour. That's my taxes. You know what I mean? That's my tractor, wear and tear on my tractor, wear and tear on my truck, wear and tear on my trailer. I don't know what else he was, blades. That's my blades. That's my fuel. Fuel is actually probably less than 2 cents a board foot. I think it's like 1.3 cents a board foot right now at $3.50 a gallon. The lube, I'll try not to. I get into diesel fuel lube every month, every episode. But if you're using diesel fuel, your lube is almost a non-expense. It's cheaper than running water. Diesel fuel is cheaper than running water. The blades, my expense for blades is probably a little bit cheaper than everybody else's because I can sharpen them about 11 times. But and that's figuring that my tractor is going to wear out. That's depreciating the mill over 8 years. That's depreciating my tractor over 8 years. I think the state of Illinois will let me depreciate my truck over 12 years.
What about wear and tear on like your tires, your hydraulic system, changing the fluids, the maintenance? Yeah. What about that?
That's maintenance. That's the maintenance on everything. That's every oil change. That's every air filter. That's that's every air filter, not only just on your sawmill. That's every air filter on your tractor and on your truck. And
what about the hydraulic filters on that? You ever have to change those?
Yep. Change the hydraulic filters on all of them except for the truck.
Gotcha.
And you have to change the hydraulic, fluid on all that, and that is all that. But your biggest expense is honestly that people don't figure. Your biggest expense is honestly labor. I mean, if you're figuring that you want to make an hourly wage, and you figure you want to make $15 an hour, you might as well go to McDonald's. Just go to McDonald's and bring home that money. And that way you don't have to hardly work for it.
Gotcha.
So you've got to figure a lot more. I've got a lot more than 38 or than $15 an hour. I'm figuring about $40 an hour I'm making, and
right.
So that's where you get into that 40 cents a board foot. People are selling their lumber for 70 cents a board foot, and you're like, man, how did you? I don't know how you can afford that,
Okay, so
what happened to Craig?
he's not sure. Okay,
Let's see.
so I worked this up on a calculator real quick, and it's about 44.5 cents per board foot if you're buying logs at the current rate of $300 for 1,000 board feet, and with gasoline at the price of $4.50 a gallon for non-ethanol gas, which we use. It's about 44.5 cents per board foot.
Yeah.
Like I said, that depends on the market, on what you're paying for logs. Now, we pay ourselves market price for our logs. So it's costing us about 44 cents a board foot to saw pine and hemlock. Hardwood, of course, goes up substantially because the logs are more expensive.
Yeah, you can't, it's hard to say that something's costing you 44 cents a board foot when, you're paying for high dollar walnut. Well, that's costing you a lot more than 44 cents a board foot.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Well,
you just kind of,
that's just what it costs to saw it, and that's paying yourself $40 an hour.
Yep.
So,
How about you, Steve?
I ain't never figured it because all the logs are free. So, and the wife's happy. So I keep the money part out of it.
well, now if you can get your hands on free logs, that drops that price down to about 15, 18 cents a board foot.
Yeah, I get all the cedar and the black walnut and the tree services bring it to me.
But you pay for it in steel.
Yep.
they pay for it at $30 a blade.
Probably
So,
the biggest.
How about you, Andy? You and Paul?
We've never done a price breakdown because it's more of a hobby for us, but obviously the initial investment in the mill, and then from that point on, mostly blades for us because we don't have a sharpener, so we're buying blades constantly. 144 acres. We've got a lot of our own trees, so we do have. We're supposed to have some oak and some black walnut being dropped off by the tree service. So we don't have oak or black walnut on our property. So occasionally we splurge for something we haven't had.
Nice.
That'll be nice.
I got a question.
We just had a bearing go. Go
Oh,
ahead.
you did?
Yep,
What's that?
we had to do a bearing on the idler side.
Oh, I wish you told me. I've got 2 idlers sitting here from the old Patriot. I just put bearings in. I could have sent them to you. Go ahead,
On the
Rick.
wheel?
You talking about
On
the
the
blade
wheel?
guides, Andy?
Yeah, blade guides or wheel.
On the wheel.
Oh, yeah, you don't have any of those, Tim.
Oh, no, I had the blade guides. Sorry, I thought you were talking
Oh,
about the blade
gotcha.
guides.
No, our blade guides have held up really well. They're doing good.
So I got a direct question for Steve. You said you saw a lot of trees that come from a tree service.
Yep.
How much metal do you actually run into?
Very, very little.
Now you're including the first log in the tree too, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah,
you're running,
that's probably seen some of the video, maybe in the last year, maybe 3 logs, maybe 2 logs, maybe.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
I ran into more of that. I ran into more nails than that, pulling them out of the woods.
Yeah, I've run into very few. I mean, it surprised me.
huh?
That's really good.
Yeah, I think only maybe 2 logs this year so far.
That's nice.
With metal?
That's nice.
Yep, some nails, and then one. What was it? One eye bolt couple months ago. It was an eye bolt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
But other than that, I mean, I've been fortunate. We're lucky.
That's where number 4 blade would have came in handy.
I see Chris has said he sells logs for $36 cents a board foot. That's $360 a thousand. That's kind of cheap for up here. We get a little more than that. Chris, would you be interested in coming on to explain about your log sales for a little bit?
I sent him a link. I don't know if he got it or not.
Okay.
I think
He's-
Andy did too, didn't you, Andy?
I didn't have the link. I think you had that up above, but I sent him an email. Yep.
Yeah, I sent him a link on the email.
I think if you get a sharpener, that knocks a lot down on the blades, Andy.
Yeah,
That
you're
would
correct.
benefit us a lot.
Yep.
I think maybe the one Tim has would be great for us.
Yeah, that works great. John has the same one.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Woodland Mills.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a nice little sharpener.
Is that the one you got, John?
Yep.
Woodland Mills.
All right. Chris is sitting there watching us naked again.
It's like $1,000. It's like
right,
$1,000 with the sharpener and the setter.
Yeah.
And
I bought,
center, yep.
I bought the
$9.90.
Yeah. I think they had them on sale when I bought them. It's $8.98 for both of them, I think it was.
Cook
Package.
Cook sharpener with a dual set, Cook's dual setter. I bought the setup for both of them.
Yep.
Well, the one that Tim has and John has, that's a dual setter as well.
Yeah.
Correct.
But
Not? No. Nope.
You're a single setter?
Single setter. Yeah, it's single setter. One tooth at a time.
You just flip it around though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Steve's, he does 2 teeth at a time.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I
Yeah,
thought
mine-
yours did
yeah,
2 teeth at a time, Tim.
No.
Nope.
Really?
It's 1 tooth at a time, and then you
One
flip
tooth
it
at a
around.
time. Correct.
Yep.
My homemade one does 2 teeth at a time.
You're special.
Well, I fastened it after yours. I thought yours did 2 teeth at a time.
No.
Do you reset all your teeth on your new blades before you start, John?
On my new blades,
Yep.
No.
I do not, but I do go through there and make sure that there's not one that's totally out of whack.
Yep. I've been
But-
doing that. I reset every tooth on all new blades.
So,
Really?
Yep. Because I've
Yeah.
found a lot of them way whacked out.
way whacked out. Yep.
Yep.
So the reason that I don't is because I'm so used to that 8 degree that I want to get that. I want to, when I buy that 10 degree or that 9 degree blade from Woodmiser, I want to
Yeah.
get it off there so fast that I just burn through those blades. And I'm like, well, it's not quite dull, but I want to get it down to 8.5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I take that and run it through I put it on a saw, run it real quick, and pull it off. If it lasts 2 hours, I'll pull it off in an hour, a brand new blade, and then I'll go sharpen and set it. But I usually run it once.
Yeah.
Unless
I
it's
just kept getting all the lines in the wood. We wasn't used to that.
Yep.
Yep.
And
So,
I
so
started,
Steve, do you sharpen first, then set, or set then sharpen?
well, the new ones, I just set the teeth and that's it.
Craig's back.
And then the old
think
ones,
so.
Yeah, we can hear him
first
too.
sharpen, I reset the teeth first, then sharpen.
Gotcha. Hey, Craig.
But
Hey, Tim.
How you doing?
Good. You hear me okay?
Yeah, we got everything fixed now.
I think so. I had to call my wife down in Arizona.
Rick, Steve's got a question for you.
All right. I see it. All right, Steve. So what we basically do is the tops of our trees that would normally be firewood, the parts that have a lot of limbs on them, we bring them out, we put them on the mill, we slab them up into 1-inch thick slabs. We cut them down to 4.5 foot or so, and then we put them in the crafter's box. We stack them up in a crafter's box, and we sell a lot of wood that way for crafters to come out and they dig through it and they buy it. And this is basically firewood. Our good logs we saw into other things, but our crafter's box is full of firewood that is sawed into 1-inch thick slabs because everybody wants character.
Correct.
A perfect board is hard to sell.
All right, Craig, what are you doing? You're making me dizzy.
Sorry about it.
He's on his
John.
he's on his phone, huh?
John, please
Yeah.
get a hold of your meeting.
He's on his phone. He's just dancing around on his phone.
Oh, good Lord.
Where are you at, Craig?
I'm at my desk.
At your desk?
I'm at my desk at my house.
Is it moving? There you go. He get once he starts talking, then it starts moving again.
Yeah. Sit still.
Then
Pin you to your chair.
Pin me.
All right,
Okay.
so
We got another
introduce
question
yourself
up
there,
here.
Craig. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You got
I live in Utah.
it.
Are you a
Utah.
Mormon? Are you a Mormon?
Yes, I am.
There you go. Cool.
That's one of those blitz questions.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Utah, so it's a given.
Do you have more than one wife?
I'll plead the fifth.
Oh, God.
No, I have one wife. My wife's got a girlfriend that she rents out our basement. There's an apartment down there, so they went to high school together. They're pretty close.
That's cool.
Okay.
And your saw? What kind of saw?
My saw, I run Wood
Yep.
Miser.
Wood Miser? What type? Which
I
one?
run LT50 wide and LT40 wide.
50 and a 40.
50 and
And
a
what-
40, yeah.
And what do you saw? What lumber you saw?
90% of what I do here is softwoods and spruce.
And you do it. You're into the commercial more.
No, I'm a one man band. I work with a couple guys that own a construction company, and I do all their timber stuff. So everything that's timber oriented or that stuff, I do all that for them.
Okay, I thought you were into like the 2x4s and getting them inspected and all that. No.
Oh no, everything I'm doing is just all rough sawn materials.
Okay.
The structural stuff I do, it's I have to up my dimensions because the spruce and the fir aren't the same. So I have to up my dimensions when I use spruce.
You ever get anybody that brings you out logs to cut, Craig? Or
Yes, I have a logger that brings me logs about from Duchesne County, which is about an hour east of me.
wow,
So I'm about 7 miles from the forest and dirt roads. So
mainly
Go ahead.
softwood you do, you said?
Majority of everything I do is softwoods.
Gotcha.
Now I got a question for you. Do you get any logs with bark on them?
Yeah, sometimes I do. Everything I
Really?
get off the forest is standing dead at 20% or less. So by the time I get it, it's chances are the trees I've been milling or they've been dead longer than I've been alive.
Wow.
Wow.
We should do a treat and send Craig some black locusts that's dried.
I actually had a guy bring me some black locusts 2 days ago, like last Friday. Said he had some logs and he showed up with a trailer with some 6-inch pieces that I told him I can if I can clamp it safely, I'll try to mill it. But if not, it's gonna be firewood.
Are they green?
There's bark on them.
Are they green?
I think so.
Better
They
get
don't-
on. You better get cutting them.
If they're not green, you'll know.
Yeah, it'll be like cutting a brick.
Okay, well, I've cut a little bit of walnut. I've cut a little bit of hickory. The hardest stuff that I've milled here is I repurpose a lot of glue lambs for building for say stair treads or something or another, or I take that dimension and take it to a smaller number.
Interesting.
And what's the
The
biggest
hickory will be
what's the biggest in diameter log that you've sawn?
Well, probably around 36. I've bucked the log in half and then quartered it and then milled that. I had 2 logs that were 20 foot. I did roughly almost around 3,000 board feet in those 2 pieces.
So what's the biggest diameter you can cut on the LT50 wide?
Oh, the throat and the both mills have the exact same dimensions. I have a debarker on my 50, so that actually prevents me from cutting bigger logs. I can actually cut a bigger log on my 40 without a debarker on it, or excuse me, without the drag back, because that drag back on the 50 eats up about 3 inches of cutthroat.
Gotcha.
living the dream. It's on your YouTube page because it's great content.
Kind of dig it. That's cool.
Welcome.
I kind of dig it.
Welcome to our live.
I like that. I dig it. Woo. I haven't heard
It's
that in
just
a while.
we'll answer any question you got. Living the dream.
He must be related to dang it.
Living the dream. I think he might have been on my channel a while. You might have
John,
commented on my
John, would you please get control of your show? John.
There you go. Blitz time, huh? Blitz.
No, just get control of your
Blitz.
channel.
I'll get ready to take.
Blitz.
I'm getting ready to take off for lunch.
Were you?
That was a lunch bell.
Well, we knew that was where it was going to be, right?
Absolutely. You're doing good, though.
It was going to be just go down rabbit holes, and we were going to find it.
John, Walmart's got a blinker for sale.
So,
Huh?
Craig, are you wearing a quilt now?
No,
Kilt.
no. I'm in my Duluth now.
No, I said quilt. I didn't say kilt. I said quilt.
Oh, no,
Oh.
no quilt yet.
Chris is in his quilt.
All right. Ready? Here you
John,
go, Blitz. Blitzing it. We're blitzing it.
Oh.
Tim.
Uh-oh.
Tim, you ever give your logs a pep talk?
No, but
No?
my dog will. Kelly will. She loves the dogs.
Rick, here's an easy one, Rick. More fun cutting the wood or stacking it?
Cutting it. Definitely cutting it.
Cutting it. All right, Craig, here's an easy one. Logs roll better uphill or downhill?
Down.
There you go. All right. We'll give Andy the hard one. Have you ever tried using a log as a sled?
As sled, no.
As a sled? No? Not like sliding down a mountain on a log?
Nope.
No. Riding it on the back of the tractor while it's being pulled? Oh, man.
How boring.
Steve. I know. Steve, worst place you ever found sawdust? Worst place you ever found sawdust?
hold on a minute. I'm getting blinker fluid off of Walmart.
I know that's right. That can't be answered on this YouTube channel, can it?
Places.
Tim?
Yes.
Here, you ever cut down a tree that fought back?
Yes, I
I
it
know
almost
you
won
have.
too. It almost
I
won.
know you have. Oh, here's a hard one, Rick. Best thing to do with leftover sawdust? Craft project. Some kind of craft project. What's the best craft project to do with sawdust?
I heard somewhere that sawdust bowls is real profitable.
Sawdust bowls? It is a real profit. I'm telling you, I'm going to do it. All right. Craig, you ever fall
Yes,
in
sir.
a tree in slow motion?
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. There you go. There you go. Oh, Andy, can you dance better than rolling a log downhill? Can you dance better
No,
than
I
a
dance
log
like a
rolls
white
downhill?
boy.
Oh, Steve, what's the best excuse you've ever used for being covered in sawdust?
She did it.
She did it. By the way. All
What?
right, so
You
that
don't
was,
roll
that was
around
just
in
a
it?
blitz. That was just a blitz. If you guys are here, if you're from X, type something in the chat and we're going to bring it up. If you're from X, Two Brothers Outdoors, X, they're streaming on X. If you're from there, we're bringing it up right off the bat. If you have a question, type Q and we'll get to that. Hey, I think let's skip right to that. Out of the Woods had a question we started. Go ahead and start the question because we skipped it.
Well, we had one with a Q, John.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, here it is.
Q. What's the best saw blade? There you go. We'll just start with Craig since he's got the hard ones here. Start with Craig. What's the best saw blade?
I have super good luck with the Wood-Mizer double hards.
What degree?
What degree,
What
Craig?
degree?
10 and 7.
Yep. There you go.
I do a lot with the bimetal bands as well. I've had pretty good luck with those.
What do you cut with the bimetal?
My glue lambs, the harder stuff.
Yep.
Those glue lambs out here, when they manufacture those, there's a lot of clay in the glue, so that wreaks havoc on my regular double hards.
Do you get those resharpened?
Yes, I do. I do all my stuff myself.
Nice. What stone do I need to sharpen those with?
Whatever
I need to
CBN that
sharpen
you're with your blade, whatever blade you're running, they have a CBN for it.
Really? So it doesn't take a special grinding stone to sharpen?
No, the bimetal you can use your same stone.
Nice. I might have to get that then. I might have to try that.
Yeah, Joe Main hooked me up with some bimetal last summer, and I really like them. They're a little bit more money, but they definitely do last longer.
No.
John, they do make a CBN stone for your sharpener.
Yep.
I
know.
I
I
told
get
you
into
that.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think I'm gonna have to get into that when I start resawing some of this kiln dried stuff, but I think I'll just wear out a 10 degree on a nail or two.
There you go. Steve.
So, Tim,
Yes, sir.
best blade. What's the best blade?
I use the Wood-Mizer double hardened myself, 10 degree.
Oh, Rick, that was yours?
Yeah, same thing. Wood-Mizer, double hardened. I get some of my blades through Hudson, but they use Wood-Mizer as well.
Great.
Andy.
We use double hards as well, mostly 10s and 4s. We tried a 7 degree that wasn't so good with our low horsepower mill, but we just got 747s that we're going to try. And we haven't thrown them on yet.
Let us know how you make out with those.
Yeah, we'll watch that video. I'll watch that video. I'm not going to try them, but I need to find out what they're all about.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, your best blade?
The 7 and 10 Wood-Mizer.
10 Wood-Mizer double hard.
Yep.
That's pretty much a standard.
Yep. I tried the 4s. I just couldn't get nothing out of them.
Yeah.
They don't last as long.
The force go through metal pretty good, don't they, Steve?
Yeah.
They're like a handsaw blade.
Yeah. The brand new one I put on and took the teeth right off from it.
Oh
Bent
my
them off.
goodness.
I couldn't believe it bent them off to the side. Did you see that video,
Wow.
John?
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Yep. That'll do it.
Now, I've read something that's kind of contradicting because I've read the Wood-Mizer silver tips were built for resaw and gang saws, and the reason they were built for them is they last longer going through the wood.
I had good luck with them.
The silver tip.
The
Yep.
silver tips.
Yep. I got about 100 of them.
I tried those with the Patriot, Rick. They worked pretty well, remember?
Yeah, but I read where they were specifically made for resaws and gang saws, and the reason they make them for those saws is they last longer. So I'm kind of wondering why we're doing the double hards.
I think they do. I bought that double hard just to try it out, but I got about 247 silver tips.
And you like them?
Yep. I like them over all of everything.
They're a little cheaper, right?
Yep.
This is
Look
a
at that.
dating site. This is definitely a dating site. Yep.
Yes. John has a special calendar for you.
Yep. I got a calendar. We got Sexy Sawyers calendar for sale. Everybody on here, we're gonna be in leggings and all dressed up in
Steve, what month do you want?
foreskin.
I'll take February.
February?
Y'all have the thick leggings.
Oh, that's funny.
Greg, you ever used
It is. It is a dating site for sure. It is definitely a dating site, Kathy. Definitely.
Aw.
Greg, have you ever used the silver tips?
I have not.
Okay.
We've used them. And
No, I haven't.
I have, and it didn't seem to hold out as good as the double hard. I like the double hard better. But I've also bought other brands of double hard, 10-degree double hard, that weren't Wood-Mizer. I just had to find out. And man, I was breaking them off, bad. They were too hard. And when I went to set them, I was breaking them.
Really?
Lower
Now-
them down. Yep.
I don't know if it's because the Patriot didn't have the horsepower that these bigger mills did, but when I was running the silver tips on the Patriot, especially with the hardwoods, it worked a lot better than the double hards. But maybe that was because I didn't have the horsepower to drive it through like we do with the V twins.
Same degree.
Yeah, 10-degree. Yep.
We find the 10-degree work the best of all that we've tried. I don't know why.
And so you're out. Don't leave, Kathy. We're just getting in. I mean, we are talking about dating. We're talking about silver tips. We're talking about double hards. We're talking about 10 inches. We're talking about 7 inches.
Silver
We're talking
tone.
about 4 inches. Yeah, we're just
talk-
getting into it here.
He was talking about underwear earlier.
Yeah, you can scroll back and find out what kind of underwear.
I have to hide my tape measures from my wife. I
There
can't
you
let her
go.
figure out what 6 inches really is. I'll get in trouble.
I hear you.
Well, it have to be on a summer day, Craig, because if it's a cold day, it'll lie to you.
Oh, I got shrinkage factor going on.
Oh Lord, you guys are not right. Oh, how do I ever get into this mess?
I don't know. I think you got us into this mess, didn't you?
I did. We did. Yeah.
No.
Did you get that? What I sent you, John?
What'd you send me? You sent me on the phone?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just post it on here if you sent me something on the phone.
Good. I don't.
All right.
We do.
Ooh,
yeah, we got a little bit.
yeah. This is a
Yeah.
dating site then. Definitely, Kathy. Definitely.
Ash.
Um,
Yeah, we have
he just
we
sent me
have-
Kathy's number. Steve's been dating Kathy, and he just sent me Kathy's number right over the text.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
you know.
You guys don't stand a chance. I got her number now.
Well, you are the best looking one in there, John.
I know that is right. All right. You want to get into? Let's get into some long form questions. What do you guys think the best season for logging is? What should we log?
Fall. I like fall.
Log it in the fall?
Yeah.
Just because you like the weather?
Well,
Just
no,
'cause you-
spring we have the black flies. Summer, too hot. Fall, too hot and deer flies in the summer. Fall, it's nice and cool. You don't have the bugs. Just before the snows, I like it. I don't know. That's me.
Is the sap down in those pine trees, or is it still there in the fall?
Still there.
Still there in the fall. It's dropping. When the leaves drop, the sap drops.
But it's still there. All right, Rick. What do you think the best season is?
Well, I know the best season is wintertime, but I'm with Tim. I like logging in the fall. We're pretty dry in the fall usually, and the ground's nice and hard, and the weather's nice and no bugs.
I agree. Craig?
I'm going to have to agree with the fall, especially out here where I am. Super hot in the summer, but in the fall, it's a lot more manageable out in the elements. The weather in the winter is I'm a vest wearer, so I'd prefer having a vest on all year round if I could, but I like milling in the winter too.
So it doesn't. You said most of your trees were already dead. So it really
Yes.
doesn't matter when they're.
Yeah, no, it's
when
it doesn't matter on that.
the
Now,
sap's
Craig-
not coming up in them.
Greg, you fall those trees, or somebody brings them to you?
No, I have a logger. They follow them on the hill, and then I'm kind of spoiled with the guys I use. They let me come up. They'll let me mark logs on their pile, and they'll bring me the ones I mark, and ones that I don't mark. If I don't mark, they'll bring ones that look like the ones that I've marked. So
Yeah, the dead trees scare me the worst. Tops breaking out of them when they come down and everything. That's, to me, that's crazy.
yeah, well, out here, like I said, they're standing dead. So a lot of the stuff, the loggers, they have to pick stuff up off the ground that's already been there. They just have to decide whether or not it's still sound or not. If it's just because there's so much deadfall.
Now, do you have a lot of forest fires out there with all that dead stuff?
Yes, we do. We've got a Yellow Lake fire that's been going on for about 3 weeks, which has got a highway that is just east of me. They've closed because the fire jumped the road in 2 different spots. So I actually went out and took a trailer and got 2 loads with my pickup Tuesday and Wednesday. So if they bring me logs down Highway 32, they don't get weighed. But with that fire going and that highway shut down, they would have had to stop at a weigh station. So I don't buy them when they're getting weighed, if they have to go get weighed.
Gotcha.
So what are they dead from?
It's beetle kill. It's all beetle kill. It's all beetle kill spruce. It's an Engelmann spruce.
What the hell question was on? I don't know, but it's
Beetle kill.
No, that wasn't it.
Oh, that's
That wasn't
beetle
it.
juice. I'm wrong.
Don't say that 3 times. Andy,
Oh.
we're in the season. What season you harvesting in, Andy?
We like fall in last year there was so little snowfall we were able to get the tractors out into the woods all winter long. So winter worked out good for us then. Paul does most of the milling in the spring and summer because I'm tied up in the orchard. So but fall and winter are pretty good. Winter can be miserable with temps though.
Yeah, I hear you. And
The last
You know,
last
Dan
one
Round,
was
like-
nice.
Yeah, we didn't
Dan
hardly have
Round,
any
like,
snow.
4 months. Steve,
Usually.
you don't even harvest, do you?
No.
Well, what's the best season for getting trees? When you get the most trees from your tree service? When do they bring you the most?
Probably starting in the spring.
Well, a fair question to Steve would be is you do mobile milling. When's your favorite time to do mobile milling?
Spring
There
and
you go.
fall.
Spring and fall?
Yeah.
That'd be a fair question, right?
Yep. 'Cause the humidity around here is crazy during the summer.
Yep.
Well,
Now
obviously,
you guys get hit with any of the hurricanes?
No.
No.
You didn't get hit,
Paul?
Steve?
No,
Oh,
I
you
didn't-
might.
Andy, you got hit with a couple of tornadoes this year, didn't you?
Yeah, at one point we allegedly had a tornado over the house. It never came down to the ground, but there was rotation above us. We had a lot of wind events earlier this year. It calmed down later.
Yeah.
A lot of that maple came down.
Is that what Paul's been milling up on the mill? That maple that came down?
I think that most of the maple has been that old lime tree. And then,
That was
We
the one
just
that had the
finished-
funky figure in it, right?
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
That right angle piece, yeah.
Yep.
And we just finished up. We had a section of a bunch of some maple, and then a whole bunch of cherry came down, large cherry. We got some really nice large cherry out of one section.
Man, you guys are blessed with the cherry.
Yep.
Last time we were up there, it's like, oh my God, it's cherry heaven up on their property. It's crazy.
A lot of that stuff is starting to age out. I think it's been
Is it?
the forest is starting to change, and those cherries are on their last years.
well, we can help you out.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to get them down, we'll come get some.
Come on up. We've got some big ones.
I know
To
you
be
do.
honest with you, I mean, you got those cherries they don't last very long. You know what I mean? Once they're dead, you know, they're starting to rot. You know,
Yeah, they
even
rot pretty
standing,
quick.
they'll start to rot.
Yeah,
You put them on down and they're gone, man. It's bad.
Yeah,
The
cherry
sapwood
marks
goes quick. The heart will last longer.
Correct.
Yeah, but it's just, man, you know, you can lay an oak on the ground for a long time, you know, and that cherry, you got about a year laying on the ground and it's done.
I wish
like
we had oak.
poplar and pine.
Worse than pine, you said, Steve?
So it's about like poplar and pine. You lay all three of
Yeah.
them together and they'll rot out at the same time. About
Yeah, cherry's bad.
Yeah, you drop yellow pine here, and then beetles get in it, or the grubs or whatever, really quick in the bark,
they
and
do.
then they're done.
they do
They're
here
done.
too.
When you guys mill that cherry, does it attract bees?
No,
No,
Absolutely.
it attracts a lot of crafters, Craig.
Yeah.
Actually, Craig, we found the sugar maple attracts the bees,
Yeah.
and our neighbor
Yes.
is a beekeeper, and his
Oh, okay.
bees. When we mill sugar maple, they're all over the place.
I have milled the cherry a couple times, and each time I did was in the middle of summer, and my sawdust pile was covered with bees, honeybees.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
yeah, hard maple draws the bees in like crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, you had some bees around your mill the other day when we sawed up that maple.
It smells good though. Maple smells great when you're sawing it.
Mhm.
John likes to smell a cherry.
I don't like the smell of cherry.
I thought you
Hemlock.
did.
When we mill
Well,
hemlock,
it
it smells like ash.
Oh, I thought that was you that said you like to smell a cherry.
No, cherry makes me hungry and I have to stop milling and go eat something. I have to go eat a pie. I have to go eat some kind of pie or something. So that's why I hate cherry. I get into that first log and I'm done for like the day. 2 hours, I'm back at the house eating, or you have to go buy.
Yeah,
cherry.
just don't chew on that bark; it'll kill you.
No, you can actually chew on that sap that has that black cherry, like a sap ball.
I
can
thought
chew
there
on
was
that.
arsenic or something in there in the leaves
In
and
the
the
leaves.
bark.
There's
Oh,
arsenic
okay.
in everything. Arsenic's probably good for you. Put your hair on your chest.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're-
Ricardo, we're losing our beach big time.
We're losing our beach pretty quick too.
Yeah, there's 2 diseases on the beach now.
Is it
We've
really?
had three more snap halfway up.
Yeah, the beech bark disease, and then there's also a disease that shows up in the leaves. They start getting mottled.
Oh wow.
So they're getting double hit.
Yeah, we were
So-
just talking. We were just talking today. We haven't seen a beech crop in years. Used to see beech trees putting off nuts every single year, and we haven't seen that in years.
Oh, really? We have the
Yeah.
opposite because the trees are stressed, so they start producing nuts. But not this year. Last year they were loaded.
Huh.
We probably haven't seen what, about 5-6 years, Rick?
Oh, it's been longer than that. I'm thinking probably a good 10, 12 years since I've seen a good beech crop. Acorns are good this year.
Yep.
There's one.
Hey John, how's your acorns doing?
My acorns they're fine. We're producing a lot.
They growing a lot of big deer?
No, I grow them in those sawdust pots.
Oh,
Put them
okay.
in the sawdust pot, the homemade sawdust pots. They shoot right
I
up,
gotcha.
sell them for like $40 a piece, $50 a piece.
Wow.
Glenn B, right there, Glenn B, put that comment up or that question.
That one?
Chestnuts. Yep.
Yep.
You guys hear that? American chestnut.
No, I know they were diseased there for a while.
Yeah, they're gone in the United States, and they are. And there was I watched a video on it. Somebody put out a video that they were starting to come back in Western Pennsylvania, but they're still not old enough to produce any nuts.
Rick, those are two little chestnuts you got, right?
Those are hybrids that are resistant to the blight.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's what we're going to get is the hybrid. We're not going to get that. I don't think we're going to get that American chestnut. Ones that are making it, they're just off the roots, and they're not living long. Still not living long enough to produce a nut. Beech is snapping.
Yep. That's what ours are doing.
So, Craig, on average, how many board feet a day do you saw, you think?
Oh, it just kind of depends on what I'm after. If I'm doing a bunch of one by stuff for the MP260, or if I'm doing cants, I'm usually doing cants and beams. So it just kind of varies. Depends on what the mood I am, how I'm feeling, how much I wanna muck.
Craig, I'm going to tell you something. You must be one of the busiest men on the earth.
I stay busy.
I see that on social media, on all those sawmill forums. You're on them. You're on all of our stuff. You work. You saw. It's like, wow. When do you find time to sleep or anything else? You're a busy guy.
Well, my work is my song. I've been. Oh, I bought my first mill in early 2019, and I've been at home sawing for 75% of the time. Sometimes I have to go and do installs with the timbers I cut. Depends on how busy we are. But
now, are you affiliated with Wood-Mizer or not?
no, I'm not. I help them out a little bit. They help me out. I help them out a little bit, but just on the social media end of it, I don't work for them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're on about every social media platform there is, and aren't you? All them Facebook groups and everything else.
I'm on the Wood-Mizer owners. I help Brendan Vandekamp out in Virginia I help him admin on the owners page.
Sawmill Lumber too, right?
It's John.
I'm sorry?
Chapman's. That's John
that's
Chapman's
John.
page.
Okay. All right.
Well, I know for a fact that I'll be at 12:30 at night. I'll get text from Craig, which is not shocking because they run behind us a little bit in time. But then I'll get up at
Couple hours.
5 in the morning, and he'll text me again at 5 in the morning. So he's not sleeping very much.
Well, I
Yeah,
remember we went to Boonville. It was what? We left at 6 o'clock, and Craig's, oh, you're on your way to Boonville? That's cool. I'm like, who's up already? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I have a Great Dane that likes to sleep on the bed, and sometimes I have a hell of a time getting sleep.
There's a question for you, Craig.
I like that utility kilt. The utility kilt is the one I wear.
No, you never wear any undergarments with that, correct?
I'll plead the fifth again.
I think they have a word for that. It's called free balling.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Flap happy.
Yeah.
Slap happy. There you go.
All right, John. Get a hold of your show.
Where we at? We loved. No, see, this was all in the plan. We knew we'd slip down some rabbit holes.
Yes, we did, but it's been fun, though.
Right. So, and we still haven't got a single comment from X. So the two brothers. X.
No comment from X. Nobody's been typing any
And,
queues with questions in there for us either.
And we'll
And
talk
we've got-
about it. And nobody. That's because we're just answering questions as we go. But if you have a question, type a Q, capital Q, followed by your question. We'll answer your question. Tim's great at starring those Qs.
We've got 31 viewers from X right now, and I cannot believe one of them haven't got a question.
No, they all got questions. They just it's something about X. They just don't want to they just don't want to talk about it. They don't want to
Here's
click
the
on
thing.
that video and then talk.
First viewer from X, I will give you something free. First viewer to comment from X, I will give you something free.
John's not up for that.
Me? I'm up for it. They can if you send me $20, I'll give you a free jar of sawdust. I'll mail it right to you. Send me $20, I'll give you a free jar of sawdust. Tim's giving away the free X stuff.
I said I will give you something free. I didn't say what. I'll give you something free.
All right, here we go. If you're watching, type in chat how many of us 6, wear steel-toed boots when we sawmill? How many of us 6 wear steel-toed boots when we sawmill? All right?
Type it in chat right now.
Type it in chat. We're going to come back to it right after this question, which is chainsaw maintenance. Chainsaw maintenance, Tim, easy or hard?
Easy.
Easy?
Yes.
I think chainsaw maintenance is easy or hard?
Who'd you ask?
You.
Chainsaw maintenance.
Easy.
Easy. Huh. I think it's hard. Man. Greg?
Huh.
Easy.
What do you think? Easy?
I say easy.
You guys are killing me. Andy?
Easy.
I'm not even asking Steve. We're asking Steve. So look at him laughing there. We're asking him something else.
Steve's going to say underwear.
Steve.
I was going to say yoga, but
Man.
Yoga. There you go.
There you go. Here you go. Here's your question, Steve. What's the most important, speed or precision? I don't even know what that means. Speed or
precision.
Precision?
I'm never. I don't. In a hurry, I tell everybody I'm not in a hurry, so don't expect it.
No, I can agree with that. Where I'll bet you Craig's got a different answer than that. You want speed or precision, Craig?
Precision.
Really? I figured you were putting out a bunch of board feet a day. You were on the speed.
No, I got customers that want straight, flat stuff. They don't want wavy and too much chatter.
They can get that at the box store.
Hey, John, don't mean to interrupt you, but there's a question down there.
Who?
You.
I never answered about the total year sign. Oh my God, we never answered about the total year sign.
Yeah, you never did.
No, I remember those questions. They were guessing like 65 years.
165, 65. Yeah.
I don't remember
I
what
meant-
everybody said. All right, let's add them up right now.
I said 5.
Yep, 5. Somebody add these up.
Go with 30 for me.
30.
Yeah.
35.
I'm gonna go with 5, 8. No, I'm gonna go with 9. Greg,
Greg?
5.
how long you been? 5.
Yep.
Andy,
We were 5.
Steve,
5 3/4.
You had to throw the
hot number in there.
5, 10, 15, 20. That's
fractions.
59. That's 59 years. Hey, they weren't off that far off with 65.
65, yeah.
All right. What's this? All right. Steel-toed boots. Steel-toed boots. Tim, yes?
Flip flops.
No.
I do
Rick?
not.
I'm a yes.
Yes.
Rick, yes. Craig?
Yes.
Andy?
Mine are, yep.
Steve?
No.
No. So, and I do. So that's 4. 4 of us. 4 out of
Yep.
6 of us with steel-toed boots.
All right, so I scroll back
Everybody
on the
gets
years of sawing. 165 was by Chris, 64 was by Steve, and 60 by Paul.
Paul?
Paul's the
were you
winner.
guessing? Yep.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, right,
Paul's
right
the
on-
winner.
right on the head.
Chicken dinner. Yeah.
There you go.
Send him a jar of sawdust.
Jar of sawdust. You send me $20, you pay shipping and handling for it, and I'll send you a jar of sawdust. Hey, here's one that I tried to look up. This isn't even really a question, but this is one that I tried to log. Wouldn't this be a great show for like all those like Paul Bunyan shows? I want to see a logging operation done by hand. Is there anywhere you can go watch that? Somebody doing it by hand, either axes or saws, or I know there's places you can see them like pulling horses, pulling logs out of the woods. But anybody logging by hand?
At the Boonville show, they have lumberjack competitions where they saw logs and chop them down with axes. They climb a tree and knock the top out with an axe.
The 2-man saws.
I think they pull with horses too.
Right.
But it's all simulated stuff. You know what I mean? It's a competition.
Right.
I don't
There's
even think the
no one
Amish do that anymore, do they, Rick?
They still log with horses, but they got machinery for everything else.
Yeah.
I've been a Sawyer almost as long as all of you combined.
So
Wow.
Chris is
Yeah.
telling us
Very cool.
that he's 70 years old.
Yeah, I
Dang,
thought
Chris.
he was about 85 years old, I think. Let's see. What's your sawdust name? What's your sawmill's name?
Mine?
Nobody named it. Yeah, everybody's. Anybody got sawmill names?
Mine is called Fort Hudson.
Fort Hudson. There you go. Anybody else?
Mine's called you some bitch.
Some bitch. Nobody else named their sawmill, huh?
Rick, you named
Nope.
your mill.
No, never did.
Never did.
Mine came with the name on it, Woodmiser, so I never bothered to change it.
Nobody
All
else?
right, here you go. What's your favorite tree? Not to cut. What's your favorite tree just to see? Somebody's yard, in the forest, just the beauty of the tree. Rick?
Maple. Hard maple.
Maple trees? Hard maple.
Hard maple.
Tim.
Apple
what's your favorite
tree.
Just- There you go.
Because I can eat the apples. I love apples.
Steve, you got a favorite tree? Yeah,
Probably Bradford pear.
Bradford pear. That's an invasive species, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like pears or what?
No, I just like to see them bloom. They're pretty when they bloom.
Oh,
It's like a
there
cherry
you go.
blossom.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I know down
Andy?
south the magnolias smell good.
Yeah, magnolia's a nice tree. Andy?
My favorite tree? It better
Yeah.
be apple.
Andy's better be apple.
Well, I mean, I guess. Craig?
Pinyon pine.
Pinyon pine. I knew it was going to be a pine. Pine of some kind. All right. Nobody else has talked on X. Nobody's talked on X yet.
No,
Two
not
brothers.
yet.
And there's no more questions. Is there another question? You got another question starred. Let's do that.
Well, I got 2 of them up there. You ready?
All right. Let's do one of them. There you
All
go.
right.
Living the
There
dream.
you go. There you go.
Living the dream. Question: how many different types of ash is there? Ooh, I do not know. Anybody know how many different types of ash?
In our woods, we have black ash, white ash, and swamp ash.
Oh, wait a minute. We have one more. Smart ash.
Thanks, Rick.
I think that's in John's neck of the woods, ain't it?
Smart ash? No, we don't have any smart ash here. We're really, really serious. At my sawmill, we're totally serious. No sarcasm. No smart ash.
Yeah, right.
I've heard of
There's
American ash, European ash, Japanese ash.
green ash and mountain ash.
Yeah, I heard of green ash.
I've heard of green. Yeah.
Rocky Mountain ash, right? Is
Yeah,
that true?
I guess. I don't live in the Rocky Mountains.
You can Google
Oh,
it.
yeah, but I think you can buy it in the magazines. Rocky Mountain ash. Nice piece of. That's one, right?
Or no ash at all.
No ash at all. Nice
Yeah.
piece of ash. This is a dating site. See? This is a dating site.
Petite. Yeah.
Steve's getting dings. Yep. Steve
All
getting
right.
dings from all them dates he's got.
Now
There is
there is an ash that they hit with a hammer or wooden club to break it into strips to build Adirondack boats up there by you, don't they, Andy?
Say that again. Sorry.
There's a company up by you guys that use ash to build Adirondack guide boats. And I think they literally take wooden bats and they beat the ash to break it into strips.
It sounds familiar, but I'm not familiar with who that is. I know there was a boat place in Forestport that recently closed.
Well, it was probably them because it's up there by you guys.
Hmm.
We stopped in to visit at one time, and I remember they were pounding the ash with wooden bats to it breaks it into strips, but it has to be a certain. I think it was black ash actually.
Were they right next to the bridge?
I don't remember. So many years ago. I know they built Adirondack guide boats. Very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Google says there's 18 species of ash in North America.
Wow.
18.
18.
Holy cow.
Now I know Craig doesn't have a Christmas tree on.
Yes,
That's my wife's Halloween tree.
It looks like a Christmas tree.
It'll be, yeah, it goes up as a Halloween tree first.
It's not orange, Craig.
No, I can make it orange.
And Google also says there's less than 56,000 surviving ashes in North America as of February the 22.
56,000?
56,000.
Wow. That's
Fewer
a
than
terrible number.
56,000 as of February 24.
We still have some white ash that's not showing signs of disease, but it'll be gone soon.
Well, we have a lot of young ash that's doing okay. The older ones are dying,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but the young ones seem to be doing all right. But who knows?
We actually discovered slippery elm on our property, which is also called red elm. We didn't even know we had it. Any of you guys have that, Rick, Tim?
I've seen it down by the river, Andy, but we don't have any on our property.
Not on our property. We're at swamp. Some of it's going in swamp, but
Yeah, I've never. Not that I know of.
what?
Now
So is black ash is it like black, or like the regular northern white ash is very white?
I don't know what the difference is. I just know I think they said to use black ash to build those boats. Now, Andy, I got a question for you, Andy, because you're pretty knowledgeable about trees. We found a couple of maples on our property that look almost like shag bark hickory.
Yeah.
The bark is so shaggy on it. You experience that?
Yeah, it's normal for. I think that's hard maple, right?
No, I think it's soft.
Is it the soft? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's somebody did a good review on that. It might have been that guy Learn Your Land on YouTube. He does some really nice videos on trees. But yeah, it's a few select ones will actually get that really shaggy bark.
So there's nothing special about them, just have a shaggy bark.
Yep. A few of them do that. I'm not sure exactly why.
I've always thought it was like a growth thing. A good season, a good couple seasons of growth would pop the bark like that. Some maples. I don't know either. I don't know that for sure. All right, here we go. Anybody ever had any animals fall out of a tree? Or they're dropping a tree? Or milling a tree?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve.
Raccoon.
A raccoon? When
Yeah.
you're dropping it?
Yep.
Yeah.
We had a porcupine fall out of a hemlock.
Porcupine?
Yep.
That'd be cool.
No,
No,
it's
not really.
cool.
Wasn't cool.
Was he mad or what?
Obviously, you've never pulled a porcupine quill out.
What, he land on you or what?
Close.
Close, but if you ever pulled a quill out of yourself, you'd know that's not funny.
No,
quills are-
that's what?
The quills are barbed, and when you pull them out, they come out with a chunk of meat.
It would be a lot more funny seeing it come out of you than it would out of me. I know that.
Well, it's like a fish. It's like 3 times worse than a fish hook.
Oh. So how'd you get a quill in you while you were dropping a porcupine out of a tree?
I didn't.
Well, we didn't.
I got a quill in me because I was dumb enough to kick one time.
Wow.
Who knew that they would go through a leather boot?
Oh man, that sucks. I don't even want to talk about that anymore.
See,
That
And the
sucks.
porcupine is why he wasn't worried about moving.
Well, here's
Oh,
the
God.
thing. We grew up in the South, so we've never seen a porcupine before in our life. And we're driving down the road when we first came here. There's a porcupine walking down the road, and I stopped the truck to get out and look at it. It's not scared. It's just walking away from me at a slow pace. So I thought it would be funny to push it along with my boot, and it turned out to be not so funny.
No, I imagine
Hey,
not.
here's a question for you guys. Ready? Anyone can answer this that wants to. How do porcupines mate?
Very
I hear 'em.
carefully.
Think about it. How
I
do
hear 'em.
porcupines mate?
I hear him scream
Very
a lot.
carefully. One quill at a time.
One quill at a time. I like that. I just wonder. It's always been a dire question.
I thought you had the answer. You gotta have the answer.
Oh, I was asking you guys how they mate.
Shoot, I don't know.
What weird,
Oh,
what weird critters do you have at your place, Craig?
Just squirrels. Lots of squirrels. I brought
Those
home
aren't-
a couple. I brought home a couple squirrels out of a walnut tree that I brought back from down out of Salt Lake a couple years ago. About
Is
a
that
40-minute ride, and there was about 4 of them in there when I got home.
Is it legal to transport them like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Say, I always pictured Utah like Roadrunners, from the cartoon days.
okay. Wile E. Coyote.
Yep.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's more Arizona. Maybe southern Utah, down in
That's,
the southern end of the state.
Ricardo says they mate carefully.
Yeah.
Prickly question.
That's a
Imagine.
prickly question. I thought it was a good question.
Well, let's ask Google.
How do porcupines mate?
Go ahead, John.
Not a X-rated show. This is a dating site, though. Hey, porcupine mating. Could be dating. It's a prickly question. All right. Let's see.
Stop it,
What
Paul.
else you want? I don't like that one. Nobody uses fire. Use fire? Craig, the man in the forest? On purpose?
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
Rick did,
Andy?
John.
Yeah, not on purpose.
Yeah.
No burning for us. Nope.
Nope, not even like under the apple trees or anything.
Nope. Not necessary. It's mowed and herbicide down there.
All right. So I Googled it, and here's what it says. It says porcupines mate in a complex ritual that involves fighting, urine, and careful positioning to avoid injury.
Common sense.
I'm serious as a heart attack.
That's funny.
That's pretty much everybody, isn't it? Humans, squirrels, fighting and carefully positioning, and some urine. That's how we all do it, isn't it? This is dating. This is a dating site.
This even gets better. I can't even. The
Go ahead.
The winning male urinates on the female.
John, that's called golden showers. He's scratching his head on that one.
All right, here you go. I don't know. We'll just start with Craig, since he's like the newcomer. He didn't get any of these hard questions.
Okay.
How do you turn a lesser quality log into a more valuable product? Some of your, lesser quality logs you get, and you think, oh man, I can't make, a high quality board out of that. How do you turn it into a valuable product?
Well, first of all, I'll look it over. A lot of junky logs turn out some quality products. Depending on what you're cutting.
And
You didn't have to Google that.
That was it.
that's all you got.
Sorry.
Ask me, John. Ask me.
All right, go ahead.
We cut ours up and put them in the crafter's box.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
The hot crafter's box.
This is a dating show. So
it was empty and needed to be filled.
right. So the next obvious question is, how long of a piece of hard wood do you put into that box?
It would be 4 to 5 foot.
Yeah. See, now you're with Craig's, wife. You need to get out your tape measure.
Shrinkage?
No.
That's only during the summertime.
Steve, anybody else turning a lesser valuable log into a high quality product? Anything?
Craft stuff. Just craft stuff.
Yeah.
Craft. Yep.
You know, it seems like where a lot of it's going is crafts right this year instead of dimensional.
Or, you know, I'll take it and turn it into a beam too. I was thinking.
We've been doing mantle.
Yep, a beam or a mantle, something that's not going to produce high quality lumber and turn it into something like that.
Yeah, I do a lot of mantles.
Oh,
We've
Chris,
been getting. Go ahead, Rick.
Chris hurts my heart. Oh my God. Firewood is the last resort for anything, any log.
Yeah.
Turn them logs into heat logs. Yep. Yep, you
Well,
can do that too.
We sold some red oaks as stair runners the other day. Woman paid $40 a piece for each one.
I cut a bunch of that for stair runners.
Skirt boards.
Yep.
Yep. All right, where we at?
Well, John, we got one more starred question, John.
How
You
about
want
a star
that?
question? There you go. Yep. Or how about an X question? You got any X questions?
No,
Need an
nothing
X
yet.
question. Nobody on X.
Someone's
I
got
wish we did.
Yeah, we've seen some gypsy moths. They hit the oaks pretty hard along I-90 there in Pattersonville, Tim.
Yep. We get a few out here once in a while.
Yeah, he was saying they hit them in what was it?
Andy, you guys get them?
Do we get what?
Gypsy moths.
Yeah, but it affected our cherries, and unfortunately, we don't have any oak on our property, so I can't really say how it would affect the oak. Cherry, it defoliated a couple years early.
Question: you guys ever get black cherries off your trees out there? Andy?
Actually, yes, but they're tiny.
Small,
and
yeah.
the pit is almost as big as the cherry is, so there's very little meat on them.
But the bears eat those, don't they?
Allegedly, but I mean, how many cherries are within reach of a bear? I mean, our cherries are, 80 foot tall. So,
Oh, we've seen bears go up in the trees
cherry.
and build a nest up in them.
Build a nest, yep.
Mm-hmm.
They pull branches to them and eat the cherries and just stuff the branches under them, and they make like a nest in the top of the tree.
What we've seen more often is the serviceberry, the Juneberry here. The bears can pull those right down because they're such a small tree. They'll pull them right to the ground and then strip the berries off the top. They'll break the tree right in half.
Of the what type of tree did you say?
Serviceberry, Saskatoon, some people call it, and Juneberry. A melon shear is Juneberry. A melon shear, I believe, is the scientific.
Oh, sorry, I'm writing it down.
Glenn's asking where we're located. We're north of Utica, Glenn. We're about 20 minutes north of Utica, so not far off Route 8.
Chris said he tried doing an X one. Huh.
Can't do an X one? That's not bad.
He couldn't see us on X?
He can see us, but he can't question. I'm looking at an X now.
Yeah.
Brothers Live on X. Right there.
Well, every time you've ever typed it, John, it's always come through.
Yep. And there it is.
Yep. I guess you get the free prize, John.
All right. What is it? Probably
how do you want that? How do you want that?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it straight up. Just give it to me. I know what I'm doing.
All right. Who's got the wild music going?
Must be John.
It is not me.
celebrating.
Oh, that he won?
Yeah.
Oh man, what
Oh,
else?
wait a minute. We have a winner.
Haven't. All right. I didn't win anything. There's the winner right there.
Davison's all natural gin.
X. Nobody else has chatted from X.
Yeah, I don't understand that. You typed right in there.
Oh.
Well, I just went to X and
so
analytics show we got over 30 people watching from X, and yet I don't know.
nobody's chatting.
Nobody's chatting.
Okay, there it is. What is it? I have several logs turned into cans. Stored off the ground. Out of the elements. Do you think they'll keep?
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody?
Yes,
They'll keep. That's what we do.
that's what we do.
Keep the beetles out.
Don't they check? Mine always check. My big cans.
No, we've never had them check.
No, I know, crack right down there.
We
Yep.
cut
And
our mantles. We cut 4x8 live edge. People want the live edge mantles, so we do 4x8, 4x9.
Yep.
Most of mine
Steve?
are 5 or 6, and they want 8, 12, and 14 wide.
Yeah,
Do you see what they charge at Home Depot for them things?
Yes,
For
sir.
a 6 foot mantle, they want like almost $200 for, and it's only 3 inches wide.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Nope, they ain't kidding.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I cut a lot of wide ones.
we had a guy today tell us he bought a piece of hardwood from us to hang on the wall for a shelf, and when he hung it on the wall, it tore the sheet up.
Yeah.
But you know what he found? A 5x5 room that was finished behind the wall.
Huh.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Said there wasn't a dead body there, was it? No.
Well, now look, now you got a spare room.
Yeah, that's kind of weird though. 5x5 room he fell because he hung in our slab up there on the wall and it fell off or pulled the sheetrock out.
Well, maybe it was somebody just had a real hard wife to live with.
Craig, you didn't lose anybody over there, did you?
No,
Okay, good.
We're farther south than Morehouse, Glenn. We're just above Poland.
You are close to our favorite shopping area, Andy.
Yeah, not far from Barneveld, huh?
Correct.
that must
Yeah,
be
we're-
the Hudson headquarters.
Shush! Yes, Craig. Yes, it is. Hudson, yes.
Paul stops in there occasionally, doesn't he, Andy?
Yeah, well, they're the local steel dealer, so we're there quite often.
Oh, what an
Andy goes
excuse.
to. You guys got a winch from them. You got a grapple, bunch of
So,
steels.
yep, winch,
What
the
else?
grapple,
Yeah,
steels,
quite a bit of stuff.
yeah. People, we should post a picture of how many saws we have in that shed sometime.
I know. I was so amazed. And out of all that, Andy has one McCulloch sitting on the shelf.
Well, there's a parts McCulloch too. I
Is
love
it-
that old McCulloch.
What year was that? 80 something?
No, that McCulloch is early 70s. It's
Is it?
McCulloch Pro 1010 automatic.
Man, I was surprised to see
Mid-70s.
that. Yeah.
Didn't you guys tell us that some of them saws in there belonged to Paul's grandfather or something?
The McCulloch was my grandfather's,
Okay, I knew
Who was-
somebody's grandfather.
which is kind of interesting. He was a general practitioner, your local doctor, and he was the type of guy that who should never be allowed to run a chainsaw. So it's a pretty tough for a guy that shouldn't touch one.
Thanks for stopping by, Ricardo. We appreciate it. We hope you had a good time tonight.
Good
Thanks,
luck at the hunt.
Ricardo.
Good luck at the hunt. What are you hunting, Craig?
What am I hunting?
Yeah.
No hunting right now.
No hunting?
No,
Ever?
the state here, they don't start the hunts in the fall. It's more mid-August when it's still way too hot. So I try not to give my state my money that way.
So you're not hunting anything, huh?
No.
Nope. Just squirrel. Illegally
Just squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yeah, if any of you ever get a chance to go by Hudson, they have got a chainsaw museum in there. It just makes your jaw drop. It's like, oh my God, can't believe how many chainsaws are in there.
They
What's
have
Craig doing? Playing a magician in and out? Ding ding.
I don't know what that was.
Hudson's has a 2-man McCulloch. They have a couple 2-man McCullochs hanging up off the ceiling.
Yeah.
When I was a kid in the mid 70s, my parents built a new house, and our property had a bunch of American elm on it. And of course, Dutch elm disease was going through then, and everything was dying off. So my father was big on cutting those elms. He bought one of those damn 2-man McCullochs. I must have weighed 65 pounds, and he had me stuck on the other end of that thing. God, I hated that saw.
On the chain end? You would never see me on the chain end of that. Never.
Yeah, there was a handle on that end.
Yeah,
and,
yep. Seen them.
I hated that thing.
I had an antique steel one time that the blade rotated on it. You could turn the blade 360 degrees. Seriously.
Yeah, it go like this, and you can turn it this way or that way, and it'll go all the way around. It's crazy.
That'd be cool.
I brought one of my friends up there, bought a mill from Hudson a couple weeks ago, and we walked in there, and he goes, well, my dad had a blah, 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 blah chainsaw, and I know they don't have one of these in here. And he goes, that's a very rare saw. He goes, oh, shit, they do. It's right here. I had to laugh. They made him eat his words. He goes, well, I won't say nothing about that again.
Watch what you say, huh?
Absolutely. Let's see. Chain borrow. Mr. Paul. That was a 4-stroke, Rick.
I don't believe it was. I think it was a 2-stroke.
Was that the blue one, Rick?
No,
or somebody paint that?
It was red. It was red.
Red?
Yeah. One thing I can remember about it is that the air from the fins on the flywheel that goes into the shroud, it was piped directly into the carburetor, almost like a turbocharger.
Huh.
It was a big saw.
All right, John, what you got?
What do I got? I got.
Yes, sir.
Let's do some quick questions.
All right.
Some quick questions. All right.
Sure.
Break it up. All right, viewers. Let's see. Viewers. I can't think of a question for the viewers. All right. There you go, Tim. What did you eat for breakfast? Breakfast.
I ate scrambled eggs and sausage and cheese.
There you go. There you go. Rick, how'd you get into YouTube?
I had an airplane. I was learning how to fly, and I started YouTubing all of my exploits.
I remember
So
you saying that.
if I died, somebody would know what happened.
And let me tell you, he tried getting me into it and tried. I said, I'm sorry, I don't leave the ground.
Greg, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Utah County. It's about 40 minutes from Wasatch County, where I'm at now.
Andy, favorite YouTuber besides me? I mean, obviously.
Oh, geez, I haven't even thought about that.
Well, look up, Andy.
That'd be like the Brady Bunch, wouldn't it? The Brady Bunch. The Brady
Let's
Bunch.
see. What do I
No
watch
favorite
the
YouTubers?
most?
You watched them all.
He's looking through his list.
Yeah, you're looking through his subscription list.
Yeah,
He's asking Paul real quick. Who do we like?
Hey, who do I like?
I watch a lot of stuff. I've been
You
watching
guys
a lot
do.
of Diesel Creek, and I've been watching Squatch 253.
What was that?
Diesel Creek and Squatch 253, both heavy equipment type stuff. So
Yep.
a lot of repair.
Steve, what's your favorite coffee?
What's what?
Coffee.
Coffee?
Favorite coffee.
Folgers.
Oh, you just don't drink that.
Oh, he don't like it. Good to the last drop, must be.
Oh, Maxwell House.
My favorite coffee is Death Wish. If anybody wants to send me a box.
Yeah, it's a Death Wish price. Holy shit. Sorry.
Tim, what do you do with your offcuts? What do you do with your
We
offcuts?
cut them up for firewood. We put them on a rack and cut them up for firewood. We call somebody and they come right out and get it.
That guy who picked up the other day while you were live. That was already cut up.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought he was throwing the whole slabs in his truck.
No, he pays for it though.
Yeah.
Rick, what do you do with your sawdust?
Right now, I'm using it in the chicken coop.
In the chicken coop.
He used to play with it like man glitter.
Oh man, Craig's already answered this one. One kind of blade. You only get one kind of blade for your sawmill. What blade would it be? Craig.
Oh, that's me. I would do the bimetal.
The bimetal?
Yeah, the tin.
Wow. That surprised me.
Hello, Vic.
Andy, what kind of lumber do you mostly cut?
Cherry.
Cherry? Oh, that'd be nice.
Makes me jealous.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I know it. Steve, where you see your YouTube channel in 5 years? YouTube channel in 5 years.
Right above yours.
That won't be hard. That won't be hard.
Let's hope we all make it through 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, we were just saying, we've been doing this for 9 months now. We've been going live on here for 9 months now.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
But yep. Third Saturday of every month for 9 months.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
We got a guy that just joined us, Victor L. Fazio. We'd like to get him on as a guest sometime. If you want to come on, Vic, send me a text.
Absolutely. We can get him on right now if he wants to.
It was about time to start winding us down. We're past 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Does he have a YouTube channel?
I don't know. Does Vic have a YouTube channel?
Yes, he does.
Oh. Maybe he's sitting in his underwear.
Hey, Vic, type in Sawmill, right? Sawmill will bring up his YouTube channel.
Correct.
If he's watching from your channel, Sawmill will.
Yeah, he's watching from YouTube.
Type in Sawmill, Vic, and your YouTube channel link will come up on here.
Same to you too, Craig. Type in Sawmill. Can you type in Sawmill on your phone? On Rick and Tim's, if you're watching from Rick and Tim's channel. And it'll put a link to your YouTube page. Craig's not real busy on his YouTube page, though.
Yeah, Sawmill without the question mark.
There, here. It came up.
All right, there's his YouTube channel right there.
Nice.
There's John.
Still nobody from X?
Just you, John.
Just me. Just me from X, and nothing in the starred question. No starred questions. Man, you guys are slacking. Okay.
There's Victor's link.
I'm running out of long form questions here. Yeah, I just subscribed to Victor. Go to Victor's channel, subscribe. I just subscribed.
Yeah, we're subscribed.
There we go. There we go. I know you guys are going to take this not serious. What advice do you give? What advice do you give for someone just starting out? Just wanting to start out.
Well, I'll take this, John.
Go for it. Go for it.
The gentleman that just bought a sawmill from Hudson, he came out and actually he bought lumber from us a couple of times and he got interested. I let him run the mill and let him actually do all the work, like you suggest, to your folks. And he had a great time. So he just said, and his wife was there with him and said, we ought to get a sawmill. So
subsequently, he's no longer our customer. Now he's our competition.
Correct.
Yeah, but I mean,
you got to just let them run it. They're either going to love it or they're going to hate it. You know that.
Yep. That's what I
always think. Is he going to be milling to sell or is he just milling for himself?
He's milling for himself right now, but he's got a 20-foot box like what we have. Eventually, he wants to get into crafts and stuff, but he's got a lot of white pine on his property. It looks like it's been all planted because it's in rows and everything. He don't have a lot of hardwood, so I don't think he's going to be doing hardwood crafting unless he buys logs. So,
yep, and there's Chris's channel too in the chat.
Yep, I see it. There's Chris.
What do you think, Andy? What advice you giving somebody from a hobby point of view, for buying a sawmill?
From a hobby point of view, just go ahead and mill. Spend time with the mill. I really do think you can learn a lot from YouTube. So if you hit spots where you need to learn something, you can definitely do that. There's so many videos specific to the type of mill that you have that you can learn a lot about how to operate your specific mill. But for us, it's just time with the mill.
But John, Hudson, Wood-Mizer, most of your sawmill companies have demos where they can actually go up and demo a saw.
Yep.
Yeah. You can go. That's what I always tell people. I told it on that Jen show, just the other night.
Yeah.
Jen Hardy show. You go to Wood-Mizer, and you can see state by state what Wood-Mizer owner will give you a demo, of their mill, and you just call them or email them. I think their email's on there. Their phone number's not, but their email is. You just email them and set up a date to go get a demo from a Wood-Mizer sawmill. So that's an easy way to get started.
We'd be more than glad to let anybody be a tailman on our mills.
Yep.
Anybody.
That's great. Yep. Yeah, I think that's a good way to start too, with the work. Put in the work.
I think Wood-Mizer still got that program. If you sign up for it, they'll send you a person in your area that's interested in buying a sawmill to come to your home and demo it for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've filled up. I've had probably 4, people come by here from the Wood Miser program, and I've demoed them as a saw.
Mail form.
You know,
Yep.
Well,
fill out the paperwork. Fill out the paperwork, and if they buy a mill within the next 6 months, or a year, they buy any type of mill in the next 6 months or a year, Wood Miser gives you a discount on your next blade order.
Yeah.
well, Andy Hudson brought out that Slabber 52 and demoed that for you guys, right?
Yeah, John came out, and that thing was amazing.
Oh, it's huge,
It was
wasn't
so
it?
smooth. Yeah, they're very big. But yeah, Hudson was really kind to us to bring that out. And the person, other than giving us video content, that was one thing. The person that really benefited was the log owner. That
Right.
was a crazy walnut crotch, and it was
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful what we got out of it. And our saw, we would have had to hack the daylights out of that in order to mill that on our little Wood Miser. So having that 52 Oscar was amazing, and it got some absolutely beautiful walnut slabs out of that.
Well, they operated that right on the trailer, didn't they?
Yep, we didn't even remove it. John had it right
Wow.
there.
That's
and,
crazy.
And just by luck, where he backed it in was almost level, so we didn't have to do much with it.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Third
that
job.
was nice. That was
John's
quite a video.
amazing. I have a lot of respect for John. He's a good man.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and he put on a good show too on here. With that
Edger.
The Edger. Yep.
Yep. With the
That was
edge.
a good show.
Well,
That was a good
John's
show,
kind of like
buddy.
I am. He likes to experiment and modify things. And John's boss told me that if you worked here with him, I'd have to jump off a cliff.
Once enough, he said.
John and I get together and we start concocting, and you're like, oh no.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys just getting together at Woodsman's Days was driving Mike crazy.
I know. Well, you know what would make this better?
Where did Craig go?
Did
He
you find
dropped
Craig?
out a little while ago. I don't know if it was intentional.
Oh,
Well, guys, this has been nice, but I think it's about time to shut her down.
Yep, I think you're about right. You guys are pushing like 9. How long we been on here?
10. We're 10 o'clock.
You guys are pushing 10.
2
No,
hours,
no,
15 minutes done.
2 hours.
Well, John, thank you for hosting tonight. You did a great job, and I think everybody had a lot of fun.
Victor,
Mhm,
Just
come on.
definitely.
Still didn't get you any chats from X. I was
Well, it's
trying.
not from
Pushing
trying,
that out.
right?
Yeah, not from lack of trying, that's for sure.
Good night, Paul. Vic,
Good night, Paul.
anytime you want to come up, Vic, just you got my number. Just text it. Let me know.
Yeah, come on up. We'll put you to work. Bring a couple of walnuts with you when you come.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Are you still awake, Steve?
Yep. Still sitting there waiting.
Waiting on what? A question?
John, questions? Yep. We got to be ready for it.
What color is
Ask
your
him
underwear now?
Ask him a question, John. See if he's on the
What
ball.
color is your underwear now, Steve?
What is it?
What color is your underwear now?
They're starting to turn brown sitting there listening to you.
What's your biggest pet peeve? What's your biggest pet peeve? I wanted to answer this one too. What's your biggest pet peeve, Steve?
About what?
Anything. Just what can't you stand the people doing?
Can't stand people doing?
Yeah.
You make me go there.
I want to answer this one.
I want to answer this one. I want to answer this one
Respect.
too.
Respect.
Ooh.
Lack of, I assume. Lack of
Period.
respect.
Respect everywhere. There's no respect anymore.
No,
Yep.
there is not.
No.
Well,
And I,
what you got, Rick?
Finding beer cans and garbage in the woods.
Yep. Yep. Steve? I mean, Steve. Who's Steve? You already answered that, didn't you, Steve?
what's that?
Respect.
What was
Tim. Tim. Biggest pet
What was the
peeve.
question? What was the question again?
Biggest pet peeve.
Listen to my brother on the drive to work.
Andy?
You never hear so many F-bombs in 1 hour period. Oh my God. He drives me nuts. Even when I'm driving. You would never think that from such a loving person.
Well, that's what I thought his favorite color was going to be. You know?
That's that's what he says. My favorite color.
I'm trying to behave tonight.
Andy, come on, pet peeve. Biggest pet peeve.
Him getting him.
I'd kind of have to parallel Rick with the litter. We in the spring I pick up trash off the roadway alongside the orchard, and I filled the gator last year with crap that people throw there.
Yep. I've been there, done that. I got a
Well,
mile. I got a mile of roadway.
We have places here, pristine lakes, pristine areas that are open to the public for free to absolutely go in there, swim, picnic, do whatever you want. All they ask is you pick up behind yourself and don't have fires on the beach. And you go down there within 3 months of it being open to the public. There's broken beer bottles everywhere. There's beer cans. There's charred pieces of wood. There's diapers. There's garbage. See what you did? You got me going.
Fire pits.
I can't stand these slobs.
Oh Lord, yeah.
And
I
so
think he did a YouTube round on that one time. They almost banded him.
Don't worry, Rick. They do it here too. And the thing about it here, there's free dumps. You don't pay to dump.
really,
It's all free dumping.
that's what it turns into.
No, I mean, you got dumps. All of our dumps, waste management here is free to us.
Oh, really?
So you can carry stuff to waste management for free. So why you won't throw it down on the side of the road?
Who pays for that?
Geez.
Counties and state
Oh, so your tax dollars.
tax us. Yeah.
It ain't free.
No, it ain't free. But
Well,
It's free right around us. Not in the next county over. It's free. The dump gives everybody in the county, picks up trash from everybody in the county for free. And you can dump there anytime for free, the whole county.
where they don't pick it up for free, but you can take it to the dump for free.
They pick it up for free. Chicago pays for that.
Yeah, it gets better. We have a ski mountain right up the road from us, and during the summer they do like 4-wheelers and motorcycle, dirt bikes, and everything. They do races every Wednesday night, but all the drunks and all the kids and all. I mean, we find syringes and beer cans and trash and bags and McDonald's and Burger King. It's like, my God, what do you think this is? Just a trash lay? You know, I found that syringe the other day, and I'm like, oh my God, people are throwing syringes out of the freaking window.
Oh yeah.
That just killed me.
Are you guys getting the off-road groups that come through your road who never ever leave the road? Just drive around on the roads all over the place?
The razors, what do you call them? Razors and
Side-by-sides.
Side-by-sides,
Yep. Because it's a trail, supposedly.
No, it's not
We'll
a
have
trail.
40 of them. Yeah, we'll have 40 of them go through at one time. They never leave the roads.
No, up and down the road. Although, I don't know, several years ago, we had them coming through our property and tearing our trails up. And I caught one guy and his kid bogged down on one of our trails. They made a terrible hole. And it was on a Sunday morning, and we were on the way to church, and I heard him back there, and I went back there, and I saw him in there. Boy, it was bad. I should have never said that in front of his kid, but I did. And I found out where he lived, and I went down to his house and did donuts in his front yard. But
Then you went to
you know,
church.
it's no different. It's no different to me.
No, it's not.
You're back there
Nope.
tearing up my property, my trails that I worked hard on, and you got a pristine yard. Well, I'm going to go tear up your yard, because it's no different to me.
Nope. I agree. I don't have a bunch of that, luckily.
Me neither.
Well, New York State passed a law now that if you get caught damaging somebody's property on a four-wheeler and you don't have permission to be on that property, you're liable. So that knocked the snot out of that. So that's good.
Well, being in Adirondack Park, you're not supposed to ride the four-wheelers on the trails anyway.
No.
You ride the snowmobiles though up there, can you?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I
you
thought
can.
so. All right. Anyway, guys, thanks. It was fun, and LGD money matters.
Hello,
Right.
John.
LGD money matters. See, you're just talking to me because I'm the best looking one, huh? Probably.
Because you were in charge tonight, John. You were in
Yeah, I was
charge.
in charge. Well, thanks, guys. It was fun. I'm glad you let me do this, and it
we had a
wasn't a whole
blast.
bunch of sawmilling, but we still talked a little bit about sawmilling. We had some fun. I hope somebody learned something. I hope that somebody knows how to chat on X for YouTube or for
Yeah.
Brothers Outdoors.
We still got 50 viewers. Isn't that crazy?
50 viewers on X.
Still. No, altogether.
Altogether.
Becky's cousin. Oh,
You've got 3. We've got 4. Paul and Andy's got 2. Steve's got 2. And then X. So
Send
hanging
me
in
an
there.
email, LGD, because I don't know Becky's cousin.
That's Becky's
There you
cousin.
Yeah, my wife's cousin.
I don't
She doesn't
know.
have any cousins. She's not related to anybody.
Well, you did say this is a dating site, John.
Yeah, I know. And now they're talking about my wife.
Oh,
I
no.
don't know.
Ding, ding.
He's probably up there in the Adirondacks by you guys if it's my wife's cousin. So,
Could be.
check out Two Brothers Outdoors. All right, guys. It was fun. Thanks.
All righty, guys.
Thanks for doing this. It was a blast.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.
We'll see you next month.
All right. See y'all next month.